I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man.
Jim Carey has been speaking out about the shady side of the entertainment biz, risking his own safety to clue us in on stuff like the Illuminati supposedly pulling the strings and controlling lives with scripted storylines. A good example is when Carey got existential while walking the red carpet for the 2017 New York Fashion Week event, a brief interview that was strange from the beginning.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
While some people felt that Carey was not making any sense at all, others who understood him claimed that he was trying to distance himself from Hollywood and its desire to self-worship. But this is not the first time that Jim Carey has mocked Hollywood and its gatekeepers. Carey appeared on the show to promote the 2014 movie Dumb and Dumber 2, but as he walked out in front of the crowd, he repeatedly made a gesture which Kimmel later likened to a gang sign. When asked why Carey was creating a triangle around his mouth and sticking out his tongue, the comedian scoffed at the idea that Kimmel didn't know what he was doing. Carey went on to say he was sick and tired of the secrets and the lies, and declared that the sign was the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
The time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
Carey went on to say that for a while now, folks on TV have been hired by the government to keep us distracted from what's really happening and to keep us calm and compliant.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh.
We all know Hollywood can be pretty sketchy, with a lot happening behind closed doors. But lately, the news about what Diddy's been up to behind the scenes for years has been not just surprising to fans, but also to the Hollywood gatekeepers themselves.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
You see, the lawsuits against Diddy, one of their own, represent the biggest fears of Hollywood gatekeepers, being exposed and losing control. With all this going on with Diddy, many of these Hollywood big shots that Jim Carey has been talking about are afraid he might spill the beans on them too. With everything that's going on with Diddy, many of these Hollywood gatekeepers that Jim Carey has been calling out are worried that Diddy might expose them. You know Diddy has allegiance to no one, not even his friends. In case you forgot, this man once let Shine, his protege, take blame and get imprisoned for his own mistakes. For context, after being influenced by hip-hop, Shine started rapping as a teenager. Then, a twist of fate happened in 1998 when DJ Clark Kent discovered him freestyling in a barbershop. Kent later introduced Shine to Diddy, who signed the rapper to Bad Boy Records on the spot. Throughout the late 90s, Shine made guest appearances on a string of Bad Boy tracks. However, trouble soon found its way to the budding star. Before releasing his debut album, he was involved in a notorious incident with Diddy and the Bad Boy exec's then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez at Manhattan's Club, New York. The event left 3 people injured, and Shine was later charged with attempted assault and reckless endangerment. Diddy, on the other hand, was charged for felony possession and bribing a witness. The high-profile case went to trial in June 2000. After it ended, Diddy was acquitted on all charges, while Shine was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now, given Diddy's reputation for looking out for himself and not being loyal to anyone, some influential figures like Jay-Z and Beyonce are reportedly worried about getting caught up in any trouble he might face. As further investigations unfold regarding Diddy, new details have emerged about an individual identified as a potential connection between Diddy and Jay-Z, Kathy White. For those unfamiliar, Kathy White, also known as Corey or Coriana, was a model, fitness expert, and the proprietor of her own PR firm, White Label PR. She frequented celebrity circles and had close relationships with figures like Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. Interestingly, Claudia Jordan, characterized as someone with a reputation for involvement in relationships with married individuals, was known to accompany Kathy White in relationships with wealthy married men. Kathy herself has openly expressed a preference for enjoying the present moment over long-term commitments. She reportedly only entertains romantic interests with a net worth exceeding $50 million. Considering this, it's plausible to see why Jay-Z might have been an appealing match for her, purportedly dating back to a time before his marriage to Beyoncé. Rumors about the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Kathy sparked after Kathy and her BFF, Claudia White, were spotted at a Las Vegas nightclub partying with Jay-Z and Diddy. In fact, Jay-Z allegedly bought Kathy a $25,000 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes to wear that evening. Sources also reported that Jay was very particular about keeping the relationship low-key, so he would do things like ask her to bring a couple of friends along for a ride so it wouldn't look like they were a thing, which is what he did that evening while they were in Vegas. Jay also reportedly took Kathy on a trip to the Bellagio casino, asking her to bring a few friends to their table. It looks like Jay was really taking care of Kathy, so much so that her friend Claudia Jordan was reportedly jealous of how Kathy always seemed to pull all the wealthier ballers, and how she had over $100,000 worth of bags and $200,000 worth of shoes, and how she could just randomly buy her friend a $3,000 Louis Vuitton bag. So Jay was definitely doing right by Kathy, well, until he started seeing her as a liability. And that's why it's interesting that in 2020, a blind item from Crazy Days and Nights said this: A-list host model is also an actress. Our host has always stayed quiet about the death of her friend, but has become more convinced over the years that the permanent A-list rapper had her friend unalived. It just seemed too convenient that he wanted her out of the picture, and shortly after, she said that the friend ended up dead. It was then revealed that the A-list host was Claudia Jordan, Kathy's friend, and the rapper was Jay-Z. Well, as the saying goes, all that happens in the dark will eventually come to light. It didn't take long for people to start putting two and two together and figuring out that Kathy was Jay's mistress. Naturally, they started reaching out to her for comments on the situation, and about 2 weeks before she passed away, a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection allegedly reached out to her. Kathy stood her ground, vehemently denying any whispers about her having an affair with Jay-Z. For many netizens, this wasn't really surprising. To them, Jay-Z seemed dead set on keeping everything under wraps. As far as they were concerned, he probably made it crystal clear to her that if she breathed a word about their fling, it would be game over. But something must have shifted for Kathy. Maybe she got tired of living a lie, or perhaps she believed Jay-Z wouldn't dare leave her hanging with a baby on the way. Either way, she finally decided enough was enough, and it was time to spill the beans. Word on the street is she even reached out to Jay-Z, giving him a heads up that she was about to go public with their affair. For a price, of course. But here's where things get sketchy. Reports are swirling that the first responders to the scene of Kathy's death felt like something just wasn't right. It's like they sensed there was more to her passing than met the eye. During this period, fans began speculating that Jay-Z might have orchestrated Kathy's demise to prevent any potential fallout from her sharing stories with the media that could tarnish his marriage to Beyoncé. One blog even suggested that Kathy's death stirred up unwanted attention for Jay-Z, with allegations ranging from the existence of a secret love child in Trinidad and Tobago to claims by Illuminati theorists that her demise was a sacrifice for the power couple. With all these allegations resurfacing, Jay-Z has been keeping a really low profile to the point that some people are claiming he ran off to his private island to hide there. Anyway, another Hollywood elite who is allegedly terrified of Diddy spilling the whole truth is Clive Davis. You see, what most people don't know is that Diddy actually had a mentor that molded him into the evil person he is today. Most of you should have heard about the powerful music executive Clive Davis and his contribution to hip-hop. Clive Davis was behind artists like TLC, Whitney Houston, and Brandy back in the 90s. Clive Davis actually signed Diddy to a label deal for Bad Boy after Diddy convinced him that hip-hop was going to be the next big mainstream music. The story goes, Diddy was fired from Uptown Records and was looking for a new home for his record company, Bad Boy. This is when Diddy ended up meeting Clive Davis, who decided to fund Diddy's Bad Boy vision, taking Diddy under his wing and mentoring him. After becoming Clive's prodigy, Diddy became the mega hip-hop executive and mogul he is today, reaching heights he wouldn't be able to without a like Clive Davis behind him. Now, the industry for many years has been talking about this meeting between Diddy and Clive Davis, claiming that Diddy did way more than just show music to Clive. According to many in the industry, it was believed that in the 1990s meeting, Diddy actually got on his knees for Clive Davis and did some extracurricular activities for him. It is also alleged that Diddy would then end up secretly dating Clive during this time for 5 years. For years, this has remained an unconfirmed industry rumor that no one really had any proof of for the longest. Well, that all changed back in 2013 when Clive Davis himself wrote in his memoir that he was indeed a bi man who was into men and women, openly confessing that he had secretly dated many men within the industry. This, for most, confirmed the rumors that Diddy had to pay a dark price for his success. It appears that Diddy learned all of his dark, shady tactics from his mentor Clive Davis. Clive Davis allegedly took advantage of Diddy the same way Diddy allegedly takes advantage of artists today. Another A-lister who might also get into trouble after Diddy is arrested is the queen of talk shows herself. OPR has been accused severally of supporting wealthy, controversial individuals. You see, OPR was once close with Harvey Weinstein, and she even showed him sympathy. They had a very warm friendship, and the photos show. Some people actually believe that OPR convinced some actresses to hook up with Harvey Weinstein. For context, in 2017, British actress Katie Noble said that Harvey Weinstein used OPR Winfrey and Naomi Campbell to dupe her into thinking he would help her with her career, only to use her for S. Apparently, she was head over heels impressed when she first met Weinstein at an event in London because he was hanging out with model Campbell and had megastar OPR swinging off his arm.
And he was with people in which I admired dearly. He was with Naomi Campbell, he had Oprah Winfrey there with him, who entered the room and was swinging off his arm. And
instead, Weinstein used promises of career advancement to lure the actress to his hotel room in Cannes, France, where he forced himself on her. After meeting Weinstein in London, Noble said she thought nothing of bringing her showreel to his hotel room when she saw him again in Cannes in February 2014. Once inside the hotel room, however, he didn't seem that interested in my showreel, Noble said. Instead, he began touching her while discussing hooking her up with a modeling agency in London. He said, "I need to know you really like me," Noble said. "I have all the information we need. I just need to know you really like me." The incident ended in the bathroom, where he forced Noble to perform intimate acts in front of the bathroom mirror, she said. Afterward, Weinstein failed to help her with her career as promised. It's worth mentioning that OPR and Campbell weren't the ones who persuaded or pressured Noble to associate with Weinstein at that time. It was Weinstein acting on his own who lured the British actress. However, the fact that the two A-list celebrities were swinging off his arms did little to help the situation. Anyway, another celebrity who might soon find himself in hot water is Tyler Perry. Perry has been a supporter of Diddy for a long time, and now some fans think he may have been involved Diddy's business as well. Last summer, there was talk going around that Diddy, through his company Revolt, along with filmmaker Tyler Perry and Entertainment Studios founder Byron Allen, were all trying to get control of BET. Prior to that, Diddy had mentioned in an interview with Billboard that he wanted to work with Perry in some way. Diddy said, "As far as our business strategy, we're in acquisition mode to really build a Black-owned media conglomerate. That's why we were looking at BET and a couple of other businesses." He continued, "BET is definitely the mecca, the originator of Black media, and still is. We're not going to be able to reach our highest level of success in the media world, like Rupert Murdoch, if we don't unify. Like me, Tyler Perry, and Byron Allen, we have a responsibility because it's like 15 of us getting money, but 10 billion people in the world." Nonetheless, by the end of the summer, Paramount decided against selling their majority stake in BET. Is it because they found out some unpleasant things about Diddy and Perry? Well, some fans tend to think so. Anyway, Quincy Jones might also find himself in trouble, especially since the SA allegations against Diddy have led fans to dig up some of Quincy's scandals. For years, there have been rumors and theories that Quincy Jones has allegedly used his sex to be a gatekeeper in the industry. The world of entertainment has always had its secrets and unwritten rules, and many believe that Jones might have used his position of influence to manipulate situations. This has left many in the industry and beyond somewhat flabbergasted. But perhaps the most sensational and eyebrow-raising rumor that has circulated about Quincy Jones over the years is the claim that he participated in rituals involving intimacy with several artists to make them great in the industry. In fact, a conspiracy theorist, Professor Griff, wasn't afraid to call out Quincy for being part of various Hollywood S-rings.
By Warner Brothers and arrested him. He set up rings in Hollywood.
In any case, Jim Carey is no stranger to the shady underbelly of Hollywood, and that is why he has been boldly exposing it for years. For context, Carey's Hollywood break came when he moved to Los Angeles in the early 1980s. He quickly caught the attention of television audiences with his spot-on impressions of celebrities, leading to appearances on popular shows like The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson and In Living Color. The big screen soon beckoned, and Carey's unique brand of physical comedy catapulted him to stardom. Throughout the 1990s, Jim Carrey dominated the comedy genre in Hollywood, becoming the go-to guy for laugh-out-loud entertainment. Movies like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber solidified his status as the king of comedic acting. His over-the-top performances, exaggerated facial expressions, and impeccable timing had audiences rolling in the aisles. Carey's comedic brilliance was not just confined to films. He also earned critical acclaim for his work on In Living Color and his one-man show, Jim Carrey's Unnatural Act. The actor's larger-than-life persona made him a household name and a box office sensation. As the 2000s rolled in, Carey began to feel the need to explore new horizons. He expressed a desire to delve into more dramatic roles, eager to showcase his versatility as an actor. It was a bold move, as transitioning from comedy to drama can be challenging, with audiences often associating actors closely with their comedic personas. In 1998, Carey took on his first dramatic role in The Truman Show, a thought-provoking film that blurred the lines between reality and illusion. His nuanced portrayal of Truman Burbank, a man unwittingly living in a reality TV show, earned him critical acclaim and his first Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. 2 years later, Carey delivered another remarkable performance in Man on the Moon, where he portrayed the enigmatic and eccentric comedian Andy Kaufman. Once again, he received praise from critics and won a second Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Drama. As Jim transitioned from being a comedic icon to a serious actor, he encountered a mix of accolades and backlash from the film industry. While his dramatic performances received critical acclaim, an unsettling aura of doubt started to envelop him. Filmmakers started branding him as difficult to work with, and it seemed that the once fervent adoration from the audience was dwindling. There were unmistakable signs that Hollywood was losing interest in Carey and attempting to render him irrelevant, possibly because he dared to expose their well-kept secrets. Supposedly, the industry subtly worked to stifle his exploration of true potential, pushing him back into the confined box of comedy. And we all know that once an actor starts exposing Hollywood, their career and personal life would likely take a tumultuous turn. True to that, Jim's career began to decline, and he faced personal tragedies that shook him to the core. Losing his ex-girlfriend and being accused by her parents of having a hand in her demise tarnished his reputation and left him emotionally scarred. Hollywood's response to the situation was indifferent, adding to the mounting disillusionment Carey felt toward the industry. Amidst the turmoil, Carey found solace in spirituality. He delved into meditation and embraced the idea of visualization to manifest success. His spiritual awakening led him to question the very fabric of his existence and the truth behind his roles as an actor. Carey claims that he began to recognize that Hollywood demanded more than just acting skills. It required complete surrender to the roles, often at the cost of the actor's sanity. Carey's bold stance not only redefined the perception of him as an artist, but also brought to the forefront the age-old struggle between creative expression and the industry's desire to maintain control. His willingness to challenge the conventional notions of fame and celebrity status posed a genuine threat to Hollywood's carefully constructed narrative, leading to disinterest and attempts to undermine his credibility. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye!